Do you want the address prior?
This is the property.
Okay.
You can put it in the chat, bro. This is the
Okay.
property you were asking about for the HELOC.
Yo, for the HELOC.
Got it. All right, all right,
So
all right.
I got all the basic information though. I'm about to give me one sec. Drop this
Andrew, you
in
don't
the
have a
chat.
camera neither?
Yeah, your name of put the camera on?
I'm coming on the camera.
Up to you if you wanna if
Alright.
you want people on YouTube to know who you are.
Absolutely. Why not?
I go see. I go.
Hold on.
Oh,
Okay, this is in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
yeah,
Lawrenceville,
Lawrenceville.
Georgia, guys. So we're gonna talk about if you can sub to a HELOC, then go over the numbers. In 2023, which is almost December, you guys are not about to see low interest rates for a long time. So if you're not doing subject twos right now and buying as many as you can, keep watching the porn. Just saying.
Ah man. So man, yeah, bro. This particular. So I'm trying to pull up all the notes that I got because I got a ton of
Yeah,
information. The
pull
real.
everything you need, bro. I want to be concise, but let's get to the numbers so that people won't watch the long form. Like if it's too long, they're not gonna watch it.
Okay, yeah. So
Let's get to
just
the numbers, then I'll explain for the HELOC how you structure it. Guys, meet Andrew,
okay.
meet Steve here in Atlanta. If you want to go door knock or actually any state, this is the guys you want to talk to. Agent outreach. Steve is an absolute badass at it. Andrew here, super gangster with the door knocking. Like there is no way. So he has one advantage over you guys is that he has obviously the Jamaican accent. But another thing with that also is that what is your excuse if him with that Jamaican accent is locking up deals left and right? Like, what is your excuse? As you guys can see, Boom Squad, can you see his shirt? I got the Boom right here. We have the workshop every single Saturday. They are the people showing up and actually doing the work because the work works, right? Right now, I don't even know how many deals we're working on already closed. I think Steve and Andrew both did their. You guys, your first buy and holds is with me, right? Or did you have buy and holds before?
Oh no, with you. Every with you.
Every dealer with you.
Boom.
Every
So
deal.
Andrew, introduce yourself, bro. Really quick. Introduce yourself. Let people know who you are, bro. What you do.
The name is Andrew. You can check me out on Instagram. It's Andrew Powell _investor. Real estate is what we do every day, morning, noon, and night. And that's just me, all day, every day. Door knocking, pre-foreclosure. I've one under contract right now, about to have a next one under contract, just waiting on this seller to sign this one. And Mamadou is the GOAT.
Boom. All right, Steve. Spill out. By the way,
Yep.
guys, what we're
Okay.
gonna do with Steve, we're gonna do a live stream where we'll be banging the phones and calling agents live and showing you guys how you actually talk to these real estate agents and pitch creative finance terms. We're gonna do it for maybe an hour or two. We're not gonna disclose the addresses. We're gonna mute before we mention the address, but we're gonna show you how the conversation flows. So look out for that. But yeah, Steve. So the first question is, can you subject to a HELOC, right?
Right. Yeah. Can you
Okay.
subject to a HELOC?
Got it. For those of you that don't know what a HELOC is a home equity line of credit, basically. So some sellers is not just one mortgage that they have, it's not just the lender, they owe money for solar panels, whatever, AC units. So you can subject to anything, right? So as long as they have monthly payments on it, you can subject to anything. Same thing with the HELOC. The only thing with the HELOC, you gotta be careful a little bit more because when somebody take out a HELOC, it's basically a second line of credit that they took out. Doesn't matter who the lender is. And the first question you need to ask the seller is, are they in the repayment phase? Are they in the repayment phase or the withdrawal phase? What that means is, have they already finished paying that HELOC? Like, no, not finished paying it, sorry. Are they currently just making the monthly payments or can they still draw money out of it? So depending on what the situation is, if they're just in the repayment phase, then not a problem. That's a low risk, but you still have to structure it a certain way to make sure you avoid future problems. But if they're still drawing money out of it, that becomes way riskier because now you're buying a property that you're gonna own that somebody else is pulling money every single month out of it. All right. So does that make sense, Steve?
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first question, right? So, but I'm assuming most sellers typically they're in the repayment phase. Is this like a pre-foreclosure or is this an agent outreach?
Nah, so it's an agent outreach strictly. The agent actually owns the house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, what's the question? So let's get into it.
Yeah, so yeah, my biggest thing was there's an underlying mortgage at 177, right? And it's at a 2.75% interest rate. So
2.7. What? Repeat that.
2.75% interest rate, man.
Damn.
Man.
Damn.
No, 2.65%. Hold on, let me correct. I said 2.65%.
Just as long as it's two, you said two, bro. You said
Yeah,
two.
bro.
Most loans right now is what percent? Like forget about the point, whatever. I don't care about, like you said two. That's it. I don't need to hear anything else. 2%. All right. What else?
So it's at a 2%, 2.65% interest rate. Man,
Okay.
she owe 177 on it. That's the underlying mortgage. And like, bro, her monthly payments are only like $1,200 a month. Mind you, we talking in Lawrenceville, which is like a top area, right next to a hospital.
Right,
So
right. What is the
yeah,
what is the rent, market rent?
market rent in that area is $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
And that's without that's
285 south.
Got it. Okay. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So when I'm structuring the subject to deal, Steve, and there is a HELOC, which like my property in Clinton, that's they have it. So the way I like to structure it is I want the seller to go get a letter from whoever the lender on that HELOC is, saying that HELOC is like it's frozen basically. They can no longer go and borrow money from that lender against that property. The reason being is because let's say the seller has a really good relationship with the lender, right?
Okay.
You buy the property, it takes about 30 days or so, whatever, like to reflect that they don't own this property anymore, right?
Right.
Which remember that just happened to us where somebody, the other seller, went and got a not really a loan, but got a partial claim on the property, even though after we closed. So because of that, you want to get a letter from them, from the lender, saying that it's frozen and they will no longer take a loan against it. Easy to do. I'll show you an example. I've done it. I'll show you what the letter looked like. But you wanna make sure that's done, because if they have a relationship, you don't want them to go finesse the lender and still get another draw against the property when you own it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Just for an extra layer of protection. But other than that, you just gotta make sure that the monthly payments, so the PITI on the first mortgage and the monthly payments on the HELOC, all of it combined still allow you to cash flow. As long as that's the case, then you can subject to HELOCs like you subject to AC loans, UCC loans, mortgage loans, same thing.
Okay. So that's beautiful, because now with the HELOC, I gotta go figure out more information. But with the realtor that I was working with, we were estimating it to be about $700 a month. But again, that's all me. That this hypothetical. Like I was estimating it at 8%. So I gotta still get information on the HELOC. But I just wanted to know. I didn't know that's news to me. I didn't even know you can sub to a HELOC. That's amazing, man. Okay, cool.
So let's say 1,200 plus. You said the PITI is 1,200, right?
Yeah, the PITI is 1,200.
Okay, 1,200 plus. Let's just call it 800 on the HELOC. Is that what you said?
Yeah, let's just say 800.
Okay, 800. That's $2,000 a month. So definitely for this to be a deal, market rent. I mean, as a regular rental, market rent better be at least at 2,500. That would be a good start. And then hoping that the property works for another type of strategy like midterm or whatever, because this is tight, right? This is tight. Do you know the exact amount they actually owe on that HELOC?
105.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So why is this agent selling?
So she actually has she has to sell at this point. So she has a new build that she's like already had built, and she's trying to move to that property. She got a great deal on it because she was a realtor. I guess she was connected with the builder. and they made a custom interest rate for her. So she's trying to get into that property before the end of the month, but it's already been built, so she has to move.
Oh,
So
shoot.
she's
Okay.
trying to go ahead. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
already paid for the built and everything. So she's trying to move before the end of the month to get into that new build. Mind you, she can afford it. She's ready to go.
Got it. Fantastic. Okay. Did you have any other questions for that deal specifically?
Yeah, so I know we can sub to the HELOC and we can get that going. So I think another question was, and I'm pretty sure I already know, like I know they've answered this plenty of times, but I still want to make sure again. So if we were to take over that HELOC sub 2, right? And how would that work with her getting approved for that new construction? Because they wanted to, I think the lenders before said that she needed to wipe out the HELOC to be able to be, the wipe out, like how would she get the DTI off to be able to qualify for that new construction property?
What kind of loan is it?
It's just a regular. I think it's just a regular loan. Like the loan is a regular traditional loan.
Like conventional, you mean?
Yeah, it's conventional.
Okay, so why is the debt to income ratio in question?
I guess it was a question because the HELOC and the underlying mortgage she has, and the lenders were concerned with that. So, I guess that's what they were, concerned with the HELOC. The HELOC was the main thing. It wasn't even a conventional. The one she has now with the 2.65% interest is the FHA.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
But Mama,
So,
but if the property is being used as an income producing property and it cover both the underlying mortgage and the HELOC, that's supposed to still wipe out the debt to income ratio. As long as the income from the property cover both loans, then it shouldn't be a problem wiping out the DTI.
Exactly. Andrew got it. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
why is that a question? She just have to prove to the lender that those two payments, she's no longer responsible for it. Now, she obviously, this is one mistake that they do. They cannot go to the lender and say, I'm selling my house subject to. They all do that dumb stuff. Right?
Okay.
That wouldn't make any sense. It's just saying, so if she's in the middle of qualifying for that loan, now typically when somebody's buying a new build, they're already being pre-qualified. So I'm assuming what her lender is saying is that the debt to income ratio is fine, but the HELOC is kind of hurting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question to her is if she could prove that she's no longer responsible for both, does that address it? So for example, if she's I don't know when she's closing on that new build. If it's really soon, you can just do a master lease, bro. Just a master lease, 2 months upfront, showing two payments upfront to the owner on both, right? And that's it. She's no longer responsible. She's renting it, whatever. She can tell them she's renting it. It doesn't matter. It's just a master lease.
Oh, okay.
That get rid of that debt to income ratio, but she cannot go and say, hey, I'm selling my house. Because remember, all these people, they're not talking to the lender, they're talking to a lender's broker. It's just a salesperson that has no clue what they're doing. So if you tell them subject to it, they don't know what it is. They start telling you, no, you cannot do that. Plus, now you put it in their mind, oh, we're about to give you a loan and you're going to go ahead and do the same later on our loan. Like it triggered these kind of thoughts in their heads, right? So if you talk to the underwriter itself, which is very difficult, they know, like they know, most of them know this kind of transaction. But if I'm talking to a lender's broker, so when I'm talking to a seller, this is how I educate them. Hey, don't go to them and tell them you're selling the property subject to, and here's why. And I explain to them that you're actually not talking to the lender, you're talking to the lender's broker. And these people, they don't understand this kind of thing. So just go and tell them that these two payments, you're no longer responsible because you have a master lease. And we can put that in place, showing 2 months of payments up front. They have to, they should take it off. They should take at least 75% off of our debt to income ratio. But that addresses that problem. If they say that don't, then that will be the first time that I'm hearing that doesn't solve that.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. If that's the case, then I think it may be a layup. Then I can go talk to her and have a conversation with her, because even on the HELOC, I was guesstimating that, and she said that was lower than that. Because she said she rented it out. She was gonna rent it out at $2,100 a month, and she said she was still gonna be in the clear at $2,100 a month. But she said she'd rather just get rid of it because she's going to another home. She said, long as she can just get those payments off of her, she said that she's fine. So
yeah, that's fine, bro. As long as you just make sure the numbers make sense in terms of and then also obviously more than one exit strategy, which you already know that. So, but in terms of the debt to income ratio, that's easy to overcome.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
sure. I think that's pretty much all my questions, bro.
Yeah. Andrew, how many doors today? How many doors did you guys door knock today?
A little bit over 10 to the KPI wasn't too bad. I was to do something with the kids, so a little bit over 10. I want to say about 13.
30. Okay, got it. If somebody is sitting there as a newbie saying, I want to door knock, but I'm afraid, I don't know what to say, what would you tell them?
I-20 East and I-20 West toward Augusta.
Well, whenever you door knock as a newbie, the conversation is pretty much easy. You just want to introduce yourself properly. And you just want to let the seller know that you're there, or the homeowner know that you're there to do nothing but to render some assistance and just to offer option as to how they could get out this situation. And the more comfortable you can get with the more comfortable you get with the seller, the easier the conversation get. But it's just a conversation that needs to have. And from there, the follow-up is where you kind of build more rapport. But on the initial contact, we typically spend about 15 minutes with the homeowner just to get as much information as we can and just to let the seller can touch us, the homeowner can touch us legitimate. And the second time around, that's when I build a rapport and dive down inside what's really happening and try to solve some type of problem that's going on.
Right. So I would say, guys, if you're a newbie, one thing, like he just simplified it, what you really should focus on is just setting up the appointment. If you can just do that, you can reach out to somebody like Andrew. He already knows how to talk to the seller. It makes your life so much easier, right? I know some door knockers in Texas crushing it, just going at the door and saying, hey, I'm not a real estate investor. I'm new into this, but I'm working with a partner that have extensive experience to help homeowners that are going through what you're going through. So I just want to see what you're open to. Are you looking to keep? Are you looking to sell? And we'll see how we can guide you, and I'll set up an appointment tomorrow for you to talk to that person. It makes your life so much easy. That's one. Secondly, you can door knock more doors. The minimum KPI for door knocking is 12 doors a day if you're full-time, right? Andrew, just tell a newbie, like how much have you made so far in wholesale fees? And I know you just got started, but how much you've made so far just taking consistent action every day and not overthinking this?
Doing pre-foreclosure by itself or just pre-foreclosure?
Just pre-foreclosures.
So the first deal was a 10K deal. The second deal was a 20K deal. Then the third one, me and you was also on that one. I think that one was like we get 6,500 a piece, me, you and Steve. What else we close? We got one now that we're looking to make our next 20K off of me, you and Steve. Man, it's
guys, this is he's door knocking with that accent. What is your excuse? English is your first language. I just want to know what's your excuse. Not only that, right now we have one property that is going to bring roughly about, and this is a fully furnished, also with door knock midterm, is going to bring about 55 or 5,700 per month. We already closed on that. We have a Subto. We're about to start the renovation. Already closed, all door knock, or all of it, door knocking. They're not overthinking it. He's just taking action every day. Boom, Mamadou, I've done this. What's next? Which he already know. Him and his wife, she called. They already, like, they know. Here in Atlanta, you cannot compete with them. I'm sorry, you just can't, right? But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what market you're in, is the action. And if you're new, keep it simple. Keep it absolutely simple. Connect with him, bro. Remind them your IG handle to DM you.
Andrew Powell, full name _investor. DM me, reach out to me. YouTube page at the same thing. Facebook, same Andrew Powell _investor. And let's do some deals.
Let's go. Reach out to Steve. What's your IG?
Yeah, my IG is Vo Vicious. VO
Vicious.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with Steve, guys, you guys can DM him. By the way, if you guys DM me, I'll give you guys their information. You can DM Steve. When it comes to agent outreach, you can DM him. You can DM me for anything, even talking to your auntie. It's fine. You can DM me. I'm just kidding, guys. But here's the markets we're really interested in, and we'll help you guys. If you DM this, it doesn't matter what, right? They're local in Atlanta, but if you're in a market like Texas, North Carolina, if you're in do not call us about New Jersey. We don't care, right? If you're basically in markets where is investor friendly, you know, landlord friendly, you know what I mean, right? Because the blue states can get complicated. Florida all day long. We're actually tomorrow she's our in-house bank negotiator. She's gonna call the lender to negotiate a deal there, which should be around like $9,000. Is a pre-foreclosure tour on midterm, right? So guys, and I also want you to go on this website. Is Boom, so BOO, you already know. Boom, BOOM wealthbuilders.com. I just finished creating a whole online course for pre-foreclosure specifically for you guys. You can go there, get it. This is my guys. We do deals all day long. We're here in Atlanta. If you're local here, connect with us. If you want to be part of the workshop, you're going to have to go on that website first. Then you can join. We also do role plays. Like, listen, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. Like Andrew always says, is it short and spicy?
Short and spicy and to the point.
There you go, guys. Anyway, until next time, guys, stay bold, be bold, take action. The work works. Your excuses, your bank account don't care, your neighbor don't care, I don't care, Andrew don't care, the Boom Squad don't care. Get to work.